Ani, so we're nearing on 2:15 now, so we're going to start with the moment of silence in about a minute, and we're taking a moment of silence at 2:15 for what was discovered in Kamloops. So, I don't know, in 30 seconds, when you see it hit 2:15 right there, we can actually watch the clock, and we're just going to have total silence in here for about 30 seconds. Thank you. Miigwech. So, Ani Bojo, Ringus Indigenous Migzi Dorum Bakting and Dunjaba. My name is Ben KAIL, and I'm the Indigenous Community and Events Coordinator here at the college. Today is June 21st, which is Indigenous Peoples Day. And what we're here to do today is to, I don't want to say celebrate, because I don't think of it as a holiday, but more so to remember, to think, to acknowledge, and to really remind people about Indigenous people in Canada, specifically. When I think of what today is, I don't think of it as a holiday. I think of it as like a reminder for everybody, kind of what Indigenous people are, what they've been through, and for Indigenous people, a reminder of who we are in a moment of thought. Not so much a holiday, but more so like a reminder, and something to kind of get you through the rest of the year. For me, to think of Indigenous Peoples Day or Indigenous Peoples Month, I have trouble grasping that concept, because I'm not Indigenous for a day. I'm not Indigenous for a month. I'm Indigenous every day of the year, every year of my life. So what I try to think of this day as, it's a day to reflect. It's a day to think about what it means to be Indigenous, what comes with that, what gets me through every day, whether it be the resilience, the strength, the history, and what those things mean to me. So with this day, and with what we're doing, I don't like to think of it as a celebration personally. I like to think of it as a reminder, not only for us, but for everybody. And that's kind of the energy that I want to bring with it. Today we'll be doing a few things. I'm opening up and I'm speaking. We'll then have COLIN KIRKWOOD speaking, and our elders speaking as well. I'll then be raising a flag in front of the college in an act to kind of, in my mind still, to use that word again, bring a reminder about who Indigenous people are, and the fact that we are here, and the fact that we'll continue to be here. And that's just not going to change. That's just the way it's been, and it's, in my opinion, the way that it's going to continue to be. With kind of all of that being said, I'm just wanting people to keep that in mind, that as we go through our lives, as we go through our days, to try to kind of keep this reminder in mind, not only today, but every single day. And then if you need a reminder again next year, then, you know, we can do the same thing, because that's just what it serves as. With all that being said, I will hand this off to COLIN KIRKWOOD to speak on behalf of the college. And Miigwech, thank you very much for hearing me out, allowing me to speak. Thank you.
Honey, hello. Welcome. On behalf of Sioux College, thank you for joining us. My name, many of you know me, COLIN KIRKWOOD. I see many of my friends here today. It's nice to see everybody again after such a long period of isolation, so it's actually wonderful to see some friendly faces. I'm the Vice President, Academic and Research at Sioux College, and it's really an honor for me to be able to speak here on National Indigenous Peoples Day. And I want to recognize the outstanding contributions of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples of Canada. Today marks the National 25th anniversary of honoring the rich and diverse cultures, voices, experiences, and histories of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people in Canada throughout National Indigenous Peoples Day. Sioux College is really proud, and in view of what was just said, of acknowledging and celebrating these values every day, not just today. Our college remains deeply committed to advancing Indigenous education, and its commitment is woven into the fabric of our college values and overarching goals. I am truly proud and honored to be a part of an organization that offers an open and inviting learning environment and strives to foster an appreciation and understanding of the histories, languages, cultures, and traditions of Indigenous peoples. We do this in so many ways. Our curriculum incorporates cultural worldviews in addition to offering Indigenous-specific programs through the Indigenous Studies Department. We also proudly provide Indigenous student support services, including elders in residence. I see BARB and Ted here today. Counseling, tutoring, college application assistance, sacred fire arbor, and a positive social environment through the Onjamajining Where We Gather Indigenous Center. Recently, we have once again been reminded of the important history and legacy of residential schools and the immeasurable loss suffered by so many. Today, we honored and remembered those who were discovered at the former Kamloops Indian Residential School and more recently in Manitoba and Saskatchewan. We reflect on those losses and all others as we remember the survivors and the generations, both past and future, impacted by residential schools, and we reinforce our commitment of teaching, listening, reflecting, so that we can be active participants on the journey of healing and reconciliation. Although extensive, our work is just beginning, and today and every day, we commit to this work, and I commit to this work, and to moving forward in a spirit of trust, collaboration, and reconciliation. We can't do this alone, and we all play a role in this, so I urge everyone to join us in this collective commitment to be a champion of change. Thank you for joining us, Miigwech, and a special thank you to our Indigenous Studies Department for leading today's ceremony. Enjoy the day, everyone, and be safe. Miigwech.
Nan bro, imachimi wechin nimgeni, wabgan gano, ne, chunchen daminona mangi nene, tste on nene mampi, ni amajenda, biskune me, binadmonanek, eskunejik. Tomdana epiches nagzian. Pitches nagzian. Mande benakiagenda. Wamdamang juebak. Mompine son skona megatemgak. Nam coming I were benojing. nishtana nishok dasnanen dip kanan nam kami beje kwetawa skonemek on the rövet I om de motor man angwa den deneyat kena man pin skone gan atem gak nam kamek den deneyok kegine man pi da na be jekweni jengok kamek Actually, the stein damwe. Can I nishna beg up to naga shok? Quen mod. Ema abjanaga chazot. Keno magen yawen. Minosh. Anish megdek when make quick. Hij maar wij nee om te zien aan je no anakan niet dat man pi. We bekennen maagiot. Omad even ojin. Ik ga zien Pichka zotje. Hij kan zien maaget in de map. Yema Benoji Gitsi man the banana page Benojis. Sadain da what up to it. Kigechiwa we takdad me Kenani ne Noge Mompe en Kijik Witakdad me Eskitong We ne Witakdad yin gooding I'm gonna let it go at that. I am very emotional right now because of those young babies that were found on the grounds in those early schools. They're gonna find more once they start going to all those other residential schools. It was just that one that is hitting the airways right now. And I feel really sore. I certainly don't want to be very mad or anything about it. It's happened. But I would like each and everyone here to look here in your heart. For those of us that still live and work and go to school in the school systems. I like I said, I was hurt, and I don't think I can go on right now, but I am very happy that this school is honoring us for our contribution, a little token of a flag being raised there for us. Again, that's fairly new. We didn't really have flags before. We had shields that our healers would use as a flag. But again, in my sadness about residential school, we find a little bit of light and recognition. And I hope it's only a small part, it'll grow where we can work side by side here for all the people. So I'm going to stop there. Thank you very much.
Bonjour, de nuevo magnetok. Wapgan kwen diko, makwando dem, tigan si bing dita. Abjagonishin mampi nangonani buing. Manda nach tuat gi no manda nishna begishgak. Ninwege ninwe en sigishgak nishna begishgat. Greetings, my friends, my relatives. It's very honoring for us to stand here in this place of, I call it Spikkenomagegamic, higher education. I first started here in 1985, I believe. This wasn't here. The Native Center was down in the basement. Lots of memories here. And I've always been very happy that the administration of this college worked along with us Anishinaabe people. First, there was only me and Mary O'Donnell here of Anishinaabe people. And lots of students. Apchagogi batinok, kabekenomagusichikuma. Now going back to the 215 children that were found in the graves in BC. That took a day to sink into me, to my head. Because, you know, you hear things every day in the news. You hear about what's going on in the world, eh? So I heard about the children. It didn't hit me right away. But during the day and into the next day, I felt very heavy. Why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling like this? And the back of my head, my mind said, Barbara, you were in a residential school. Yes. Yes, I was. 2.5 hour drive down the road here, Spanish, Ontario. Our parents took us there, me and 2 other sisters. They drove us there, and we were all happy. We're going to school with a little suitcase, 5 years old. You imagine what the 5-year-old is like, all happy she's going to school. Little did we know that they were going to leave us there. And it was like walking into here, that parlor, when you first walk into the entrance of the school, was as amazing as this. Well, this is more amazing than that, but so we were awed by that. We'd never seen anything so shiny, the floors. We've never seen the walls so white. We've never seen a chandelier, what that was, lights hanging. So we were in awe of all this that was before us. my sisters and I were looking, Nishkemanda, and we're talking in the language, and then these two nuns came in. And right away, they put a stop to us speaking in our language. We didn't know English at all. We didn't know what that lady was saying. But she made her wishes known by hitting us as soon as we spoke. That's what it was like there, and I remember distinctly. "4 years it took for me to learn to speak the English, to read and write. And those were the things that our parents wanted us to pick up there. You go and learn to read, to write, to speak like the paleface. Then you can go and study to be a nurse, a teacher, whatever." And those were their thoughts. And I have learned over the years to forgive our parents for taking us there. At first I was mad. Why did they take us over there and leave us there? Now, we were kind of lucky because we went home at Christmas time for the Christmas break, and we went home in the summertime. So we didn't lose total connection with our family, with our community. But that's how long it took for us to be fluent in English and to be able to read and write in that language that will make us be successful in their ways. And our parents knew that we would not be working on the reserve. We'd probably go out and get a job somewhere. Those are my memories. I've always been a proud Anishinaabe. I've always been proud of who I am. Even when I went to work in Toronto. In Toronto, I was probably the only Anishinaabe working at the Shell Oil Company. I was in the accounting department at the Shell Oil Company, the head office. And sometimes my co-workers would be visiting, and they knew I was from north. They thought Manitoulin was way up north. And they used to ask me, "Do you still live in wigwams?" You know, they had no idea. That was in the late 60s. So those types of things I remember. And I'm always proud to say that I'm Anishinaabe and carry that with pride, that I am Anishinaabe. I'm not any different than anybody else. We all have 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes, a nose. Everybody is made the same way. Color might be different. Your language, your ways might be different, but that's it. So miigwech, I think of those little children not having even been returned to their parents when they passed away. The parents probably not even knowing that their little child was gone. That's what you call that? Like you can't imagine the pain that they are going through right now if the parents are still alive. Maybe not. So with that then, let's celebrate our lives. Every one of you, let's celebrate who we are. Who we are, either an Anishinaabe person, or maybe you're from Ireland, wherever you're from. Be proud of who you are. Creator put us here for a reason. Everybody has a reason why we're here. Aha, miigwech, sindoyek.